used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow this feeling. It seems my dream won't go away. So it's more like...
Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing you episode number 28 of our career mode with Frankfurt. So we're going to start off with one of my most loved features of career mode, of course, the squad report. Trappy still hasn't gone up. I'm not going to mention anything about it. Sebastian Jung is now an 80s plus 2. I love his statistics. He's a really, really decent fullback. I love my Bamba Anderson. Mark-Oliver Kempf, what a centre-back he is turning into. He's absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Growing really well, in my opinion as well. Not as well as young Sonny, who's growing at such a great rate. We've got Marco, who, his statistics, I look at them and I just think, wow. You know, such a balanced midfield player. He's such a good player as well. You know, he doesn't score enough goals for me. I'd like him to start taking a few more risks and popping a few shots in, but he's such a good player. My boy Hakan still failing to go up, and he's got a bad performance, which I disagree with. He's been playing well in my opinion. Of course, Kladek is starting to improve. He's definitely showing a lot more ambition in front of goal. You know, he's not scared to take the opportunities at the end of the day, which I love about him. Absolutely love. But wow, the main man, Raul Jimenez, 15 goals in 21 league or 21 games this season. It's just an absolutely... it's just an astounding goal ratio. He just astounds me. Annunaki hasn't been as good or as effective as he was last season, in my opinion, which is a shame. I really do like Takashi Annunaki. I think he's a really, really good player. Jonas Flum has impressed me since he arrived at the club. He arrived just before I did, and he's been so solid, so good. He's a really, really decent player, and I really like the way he plays. Alexander Hein, I think he's an absolute marvel. He's solid in the centre-back role, and he does an absolutely magnificent job as a centre defensive midfielder. But there is one of my favourite players, Sonny. I mean, his statistics are fantastic. They're growing so well, and he's such a decent player. I'd love to see how he does in probably 2 to 3 years to see what sort of rating he gets to and how good he grows, because he honestly feels a lot better than his statistics. Anyway, you can see we're back in Europe and the table's looking quite tight. We have drew 3 games from the 4. We did win our first game with a resounding 4-0 victory, and we're taking on those opponents again. So can we nail another 4 goals against them? It would be absolutely fantastic, and I think it would do the confidence, give the confidence a real big boost for hopefully the latter stages of this European sort of league table, because we've still got a few games to go. It's definitely going to be hard work, but the one thing I do feel that I made a huge error on is the kits. Now their kit is like a purpley colour, and obviously we're playing in our black and red, but because I play on co-op, it looks so much the same. It just looks like it's just one. It just looks awful. And I'd wish I'd gone with our white kit. But we were the home team, and I should have gone with the white kit. It would have looked a lot better. But unfortunately, I didn't make that decision. And I sort of cocked it up, really. But we did make a nice opportunity there. But Annunaki just did not time his run to perfection. I mean, that is definitely tight. That is proper tight. But he didn't finish it anyway, so it didn't really matter. But we were definitely looking at the better side. We were playing the better football. We were having the opportunities. As you see there's a little bit of luck for our opponents. The way the ball was knocked out for a corner. Then the corner does come in. And it looked like a player went up and literally was trying to play volleyball the way he patted it away. The referee had no choice but to award a penalty. And of course, you're going to stick your main striker, your Mr. Ice Cool. Well, not many teams have an Ice Cool. We have the Ice Cool. We have the Iceman. And of course, Raul Jimenez steps up. Confident as you like. He knows he's going to score. We know he's going to score. That's because he does score. Thankfully, he does. Of course he does. Why are we even questioning Raul Jimenez? He's just an absolute machine. And it settled the nerves, to be fair, because we were playing the better football, but they were very resilient. But a nice piece of play there. Jimenez getting through, and you would have expected that sort of opportunity for Jimenez after that 1-2. That's got to be 2-0, and unfortunately it wasn't. But nice play there by Kladz, just stepping inside. Beautiful. He didn't have to do too much. He just fooled the defender thinking he was going to do too much. The left foot shot wasn't anything spectacular, but it was nice to see him getting forward and creating chances. And you'll notice that he's playing out on that right hand side, and I feel he's doing a fantastic job out there, to be honest. He seems to be more potent coming in from the wing. than he does actually playing up top, or even in sort of a cam role where we've got a battle going on between Sonny and Hakan and Takashi and Nui who rotate through that role. But I decided to make a few changes just to rest a few lads, because it has been, quite a congested period. We've had quite a few games, and especially with the European games, I don't want players to get, as such, overused, overwork and, pick up injuries. That would be the worst thing that can happen. But some nice trickery there before the ball was played into our boy Sebastian Jung. Swings a beautiful crossing, but it was too easy for our opponent's defence just to head it away. No imagination there with the actual cross, which was really frustrating. But as you can see, we're just applying so much pressure. They made it an absolutely classic error, and how Annunaki didn't punish him, I do not know. But Wallison moving forward into the box on his left foot, goes for the shot, great save. And again with the follow-up, we don't manage to get the ball until it comes to Annunaki. He goes for the shot again, and it is blocked. He re-picks the ball up, goes to the byline, pulls it back, and thankfully we do nod the ball away thanks to our boy Wallison getting on the score sheet. As you know, in the first game he scored a couple, and obviously he does like playing in Europe. He seems to score all his goals in European football. He's such a potent finisher. It's really frustrating because he doesn't get the game time he probably deserves, because when you've got Raul Jimenez, who's going to get the game time? But as you can see, our opponent's making a huge error there. Flume with a nice ball in, and an absolutely sublime finish. But Jonas Flume, he never stops running, and we really have got that mentality that no ball is a dead ball. You do not stop chasing any single ball. You chase every ball down as if you were Carlos Tevez. He does it. It's good enough for him. It works for him throughout his career, and I like my teams to have that same ethics and that same theories. That if no ball is dead. Every ball can change a game. Every moment can change a game. And as you can see, winning 3-0 from hustling and harrying, it's doing us the world of good. We've done that over the last 7-8 games. We've literally hustled everybody. We've worked our absolute socks off and destroyed everybody for work rates. It's been fantastic. So I thought we might take a little bit of a moment to have a look at the top goal scorers. As you can see, number 1 in the Bundesliga is our boy Raul Jimenez with 11 goals in the league, which is absolutely sensational. Of course, he's not top of the assist list, which is a shame. But you can see Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich dominating most of it. But look at Trappy with 10 clean sheets, the best keeper in the Bundesliga by a country mile. You would have seen Neuer was a little bit way down that list, to be honest. So quite impressed. But Trappy, he's such a good keeper. Those clean sheets has saved us so many times. So many times he's pulled off big saves. So many times. But it would be nice to get some revenge in this game, because if you remember, Kaiserslautern absolutely battered us. Absolutely played us off the park and beat us quite easily in the previous fixture, which was really frustrating, at home in front of our fans, to get absolutely played off the park and battered is quite embarrassing from my point of view. But we start off really sharply. Stefan Sharok with a great opportunity. How he put that wide, I do not know. I think he just went for a little bit too much power, where he could have just placed it. Unfortunately, he didn't, and it was just a huge miss. But again, Trappy coming up trumps with a big save. A nice cross to the back post, completely unmarked, and he pulled off a great save. But Sharok, again, straight down that right-hand side. He really was on fire in this game, and it's a shame that the opportunity didn't go in. But again, Kaiserslautern coming in for that cross, and how we defended that, I do not know. The coolness and the calmness of our centre-back it's such a moment of sheer genius, to be that cool and calm when you're staring down staring down the eyeball of a gun, for me personally, because that should have been 1-0 to Kaiserslautern. It wasn't, thankfully. And as you can see, I decided to make some changes because the boys are starting to really look tired. Perhaps my work rates are just pushing them too hard, but we've got to keep going. We've got to keep rotating. We get a little bit lucky. Jimenez breaking through into the box, and what is he going to do? Of course he's going to do it. That's what Raul Jimenez does. He does it for fun. He does it because it's simple. He does it because he can and we physically can't, because he's just a revelation, an absolute revelation. He did get lucky to begin with when he received the ball. He didn't do any skill work. It was just a little bit of luck. The bounce went his way. He managed to get around that defender, and once he's around the defender and away from the defender, that is game over. He had a huge opportunity there that he somehow managed to miss chip and put it over the bar, which was a great shame. If that had gone in, I think it probably would have been goal of the season. An absolute revelationary chip, in my opinion. But Kaiserslautern did not give up. They had a great opportunity of their own, but that's the way it would finish, with a fantastic 1-0 victory, and again, 3 more points on the board. This run at this moment in time is just ridiculous. We are absolutely playing people off the park and dominating. As you can see though, Dortmund are still walking away with that title. I don't think anyone's going to catch them.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that